So Frank, 2 games to go. It's still in your hands. What's the buzz like among the squad? They must be quite excited, are they?
Yeah, just clarity of what it is. 2 games in front of us that we have to prepare well for. Starting obviously with Luton, we understand what's on it for them as well as a team. So tough match, but yeah, we're pretty calm, ready to go.
I'm sure it's what the players want to be at this stage of the season and to be right in it.
Oh yeah, clearly that's what we're here for, isn't it? And particularly with where we've come from this season, and I think how we've moved up the league, I think it gives us an even more sort of inspiration to try and get there. You know, we've moved up a lot, so being consistent right to the end is not easy because this league isn't easy. So we know what we need to do. And
you kind of get 2 hits at it, don't you? Because hopefully you won't lose tomorrow, but if you do, it will still be a case of you win your last game, you'll probably make it.
Yeah, we've got an understanding of exactly what the situation is. So. Yeah, there'll be 2 tough games, so we'll see.
And obviously Luton away, you went to Plymouth, who were battling for their lives and found that tough. You expecting the same from Luton?
Different style of team. I think Plymouth were very, very low block, and then tried to counter-attack. The goals was a temporary mistake. One of the reflections of Plymouth, I think we were not at our best and dynamic enough to break the block, but I've seen quite a few times the red card, and it's really frustrating. It's one of the biggest red cards I've seen missed on Jamie Allen. And the reason I say my frustration is because we're at a critical stage of the season. Those decisions have to be seen, and we've had quite a few of those. So that frustrates me. But in terms of the game, Luton will be different in terms of they're in a similar shape to Plymouth, but there's different ways that they perform, how they play, how aggressive they are off the ball in different areas of the pitch. So the players have to be aware of that.
That referee actually hasn't shown a red card all season. And I guess you like referees that give players the benefit of the doubt when there is doubt, but obviously they've got to make the decision when there isn't.
But it's a really dangerous tackle, and you talk about dangerous actions. They're clear reds, and I don't understand how it got missed. And I think it's a 0-0 in the game, so we don't lose that game. I think we probably win the game. So that's a big frustration there. It doesn't get seen. I haven't heard anything from the league. It's a clear one, but we never get any feedback. But when you speak about it, or you show some emotion, I got a red card for that. So unfortunately, you can't say so much. I'm not trying to speak about it too cutting because it's just a reality. Anyone who sees that, their staff after the game, it was clear. So that's it doesn't sound like I'm moaning too much. Every manager will have their version of this. But we've had a lot this season. The numbers are skewed against us for whatever reason, and I hope it doesn't continue in the last 2 games because we're at a critical end. It can mean a lot. It means a lot to us. We're trying to get to the playoffs.
And there's going to be a lot of emotion and passion in this game because Luton, I think, if they win, they will be out of the bottom 3 going into the final game. So there's going to be so much riding on it.
We've both got a lot on it in our own ways, absolutely. So their last result was a very good one. They're fighting. We understand what that is.
And their ground, it's a small, compact ground, the crowd kind of on top of you, so the atmosphere is going to play a part of it.
Yeah, it'll be a strong atmosphere for them. Our 1,000 fans or whatever it'll be will be strong for us. So it's a good atmosphere to play.
I mean, that was one of the notable things at the end of the Plymouth game was the reaction of the crowd. Did that lift the players? Obviously they were disappointed with the result, but to see the fans react like that?
They lift us all the time, and I think they've been in this run that we've been on over the course of the season. They've been with the players, and that's increased because they've seen the effort and the quality of the players. I was with the fans last night, a lot of them, and you can see how invested they are, how much they support this club, and they're very, very vocal, and it's a great thing for us. And I think, nobody was happy with Plymouth because we want results, especially when it's as clear in terms of performance. Performance is secondary to result at the moment. I won't always say that in a way. Result is key, but earlier in the season, you're trying to build performance. At this point, we want to win games. So there's disappointment, but the fans showed a great support to the players. So I think it should be a lift for them in reflection.
Yeah, you spent some time with the Bedworth supporters last night. It was a good evening.
Yeah, it was a good evening. It was great. It was good to be able to speak sort of openly and honestly, and to feel the fans. They support us up and down the country. That supporters club in itself supports us in every game, and it's a continuation of what I've felt since I've been here with the fans. They've been absolutely fantastic. They support not just me, it's the players, it's the club, it's their club. So it was great to be amongst it.
Yeah, obviously it makes you want to bring success for them.
Yeah, I mean that's why I came to the job. I want to try and bring success, and success is always relative. Where we were, it was like, can we start to play better and make sure we stay in the league? Can we move up the league? So there's still a lot of work to do. But a lot of fans are all very excited, and I understand that's great. Be excited, but I understand that we've got 2 really tough games to try and make the playoffs, and then you start again. It's really tough. So we've got the work to do, but we'll try and do it for the fans.
12:30 kick-off gives you a chance to put a bit of pressure on the other teams around you, I guess.
Maybe, I don't know. So that stage of the season where you can reflect on all those details. I think we just focus on ourselves.
Yeah. Injury-wise, I think sort of 3 players: Ephraim Mason-Clark, Norman Bissett, and who's the other one?
Bobby Thomas.
Bobby Thomas. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, Ephraim's out, Norman's out, and Bobby's not playing either.
Okay. And are you hopeful of getting them back anytime soon? Or?
Norman's going to be, because he's got a fresh quad injury, sort of low mid-level one, so we'll have to see how quickly that just recovers. Bobby, we're hopeful. Bobby's progressing really well, so we're hopeful that he'll be involved for Middlesbrough. We hope. Ephraim probably won't make Middlesbrough.
Okay. And obviously you have to use your whole squad, and you rotated a couple on Monday. You're looking for the players to come in to hit the ground running. Yeah,
sure, that's what the squad's there for. We've not got the biggest squad, and we've got a lot of injuries. And when I say a lot of injuries, it's not like big numbers, but it's important players in the team. When you look at Ollie and Torpy from Bobby, they've started a lot of games for us this season when they're fit. So we have to trust in the players that come in. The players have to come in to add and help us. At this stage is the whole point of having a squad, and it's why we need a strong squad in every area across the team.
And how important is impact from the bench as well? I mean, didn't perhaps really get as much as you might have liked against Plymouth, but you want the subs to have an impact.
Yeah, I'll put them on if I feel they can make an impact. And Plymouth, to be fair to the lads that come on, is not an easy game to come in and affect, especially when the result goes 3-1, a low block, not many spaces. So if you try and bring on creative players, it's not easy, I know that. So there's no criticism of that, but yeah, they always have to come on with the intention of making impact, improving us in the time. That's why you make subs when you can. So again, our bench is maybe not similar to a lot of teams around us in the league in terms of depth potentially, but there's players I trust that can hopefully help us.
Of course, the impact, the pressure is on Luton very much as well, and they're at home. Can you use that a little bit, maybe to frustrate them and perhaps get a bit of anxiety around the stadium?
Just need to play well. If we play well, you might affect the atmosphere. If you don't, you'll increase the atmosphere. So we need to do that.
But if you've come off and played badly and won 1-0, you'll be happy.
Well, absolutely, I would be that. But it's in this league at this point, it's not easy to play badly and win games because of what's on it, and because Luton are a strong team, whatever their league position. They've got players who played in the Premier League last year, physical nature, good players in their team. So we have to play better than badly to win the game, and I hope we do that.
Thank you.
Thanks.
So Joel, 2 games left, you're right in the thick of it. How's everyone bearing up?
Yeah, training's been good, the mood's good, we're where we want to be. The position we have, we've left it in our hands. So, we were speaking about it before, looking at how well we've done to get where we are, and just still believing in that and taking that confidence into these last 2 games, and that belief that we can go and do this.
Yeah, you just have to sort of remind yourselves that sometimes, because there was a time this season when you thought you're more likely to be in Luton's position than the position you're in now.
Yeah, definitely. If you look at the start of the season, and this was offered to us, we'd snatched your hand off for it. So to get to where we've got is massive credit to the squad and everyone involved. And like you said, just reminding ourselves of that and attacking these 2 games now.
And there are plenty of teams, plenty of players around the country who are going into training with really nothing to play for. It must be more exciting when you've got that purpose.
Yeah, definitely. As players, I'd say all players, you want to be fighting for the top spots, and it's so much more enjoyable, and like you said, it gives you something to really look forward to, and excited about that, something you can achieve as a group.
But is there a tension and an anxiety there as well that you have to manage?
I think there'll always be a tension, in big games, and it's just managing that and making sure that we are the team that we know we are, and just moving forward.
And did that have anything to do with the Plymouth defeat, do you think?
I don't think so. No, I just think on the day we got it wrong as a team, and we had a tough game on Friday. We had all that adrenaline from that result. And then Plymouth fighting to try and stay in the league. So they did a good job. Credit to them. We had to be better. So we've learnt from that, and now it's just about focusing on these last two.
They were very frustrating, I guess, to play against the way they approached it. I know your manager says Luton are a different style, but you might get the same again. Do you have to try and counter that? Yeah,
of course, and it's something we've been working on as a group, something we've spoke about and talked through. So I'm sure we'll be well prepared for whatever's thrown at us this weekend.
And do you spend a lot of time looking at the table and trying to work out the permutations?
Me personally, I don't. Some of the players like to. We all know where we are at the end of the day, and the fact that it's in our hands gives me massive belief that we'll go and get this job done.
And pretty much you do have sort of two stabs at it, don't you? Because if it doesn't work out, hopefully it will. If it doesn't work out tomorrow, you're still in it when Middlesbrough come to the arena.
Yeah, exactly. And we all know how well we play when we're at the CBS, and we've got the whole fan base there. So, but yeah, like I said, we're not even looking at that game right now. We're looking ahead to Luton, sold out the away end, so that'll be great. And hopefully get the job done and put on a good performance.
I know you always do here then, but you really will at Luton because the ground's quite compact, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. It'll be a good one to play in.
Have you ever been involved in anything like this before, John, where you've been sort of in contention for playoffs in the last couple of games?
So my first year at Swansea, we got into the playoffs, but we got into the playoffs quite comfortably. So for me personally, this is my first year of being in the playoffs and trying to stay in there. Whereas last year we just missed out. So it's exciting. I'm really enjoying it.
I mean, it is kind of a new experience for quite a few of you, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely, and especially to live this as a new group, staff included. So I think it's great that we're living this together, and we really believe that we can achieve something. So just looking forward to these last two games.
What are you expecting from Luton?
I'm expecting a hard fight. They're trying to stay up as well. I'm expecting hard fought battles, very almost toxic stadium with their fans. Like you said, it's nice and enclosed, and it's going to be about second balls, winning first duels, and then just being calm and relaxed when you get the right moment and break through. And I believe with our squad we've got those players that can do that.
Yeah, and even your manager was almost reluctant to admit it, but he's at the stage of the season now where it is all about the result, and hopefully you won't play badly, but if you do, it's still about trying to win the game anyway.
Yeah, 100%. Like you just said, at this stage of the season, all it is about is the result. So, and we know that as players, and that's what we'll be going for this weekend.
Personally, back in the side, back in that central defensive position, how are you finding that?
Yeah, I love getting the opportunity to play. Obviously, I'd never wish injury on a teammate of mine. Bobby's done really well this season. He's been consistent. So I had to wait my time. I had a couple of chats with the manager about it, and you just always got to be ready in football because it can change in an instant. Obviously great to be back on the pitch. Really enjoyed it. So just got to keep going now.
What sort of things was the manager saying to you when you weren't?
Just literally that. You never know when football can change. So just keep training the way you are, keep training well, and when your time comes, you'll be ready.